Hey everybody, thank you so much for getting a reading from me and thank you for your patience. I really hope that it's worth the wait and that you enjoy it. Oh, I just realized my music's a little loud, isn't it? Sorry about that. Okay, I hope that you like it and I hope you're having a good day today. I really do. Let me know if you have any questions about your reading in the comments. I'll do my best to answer. And yeah, remember that you're psychic too, so trust your own intuition. Your timestamps are in the description below, and I will see all of you lovely people there. Hey Kronos, what's up? You said, evening Ron. Could I get a career reading? Yeah! I'm being promoted to super. Oh, congratulations! However, despite many positive trends and feedback, I find myself constantly doubting my abilities to teach and lead my team. You're gonna do great. You're gonna be a natural. I know. It's something that we have to kind of learn along the way. I have assumed the position of teacher as a creator, and that's something that I've had to just sort of wing, but it becomes easier, especially when you see people starting to really learn and absorb what you're showing them. So you'll be fine. But I will look into the cards for you. I understand the anxiety, and it's very sweet of you to trust me with this. It really is. It's always good to see you, Kronos. I mean that. Okay. Ta-da! Look at you, Queen of Wands. The Queen of Winging It. We also have the Eight of Cups and the Prince of Swords. Now, this is actually a student. This actually means someone who's learning. I'm sure that you're learning from them just as much as they are learning from you. I think that there are, ask yourself what makes a good teacher. Ask yourself what you would like to release. What parts of your personality do you feel is holding you back? I know that you have that power. The Queen of Wands is very good at acting, assuming a role. So imagine, what is a good teacher to you? What would a successful day of helping them, giving them the material, whatever it is, supervising them, or what does that look like? And what's your version of it? And assume the role. And I think that you'll do really well. The Eight of Cups is letting go of fear, stepping into the unknown, and you eventually reaching the island. Though it does take time. This is Treasure Island, they say in tarot. And it just means that you get that fulfillment where you're like, yeah, I did it. I'm really proud of myself. So it's definitely on the horizon. I think that we're still swimming through it in this moment. My music. Oh no, the vibes, there we go. I think that you're still swimming through it. And I do feel like it is gonna be something you have to learn personally. But it'll be fine. Your challenge is the moon. I'm afraid. What if this happens? What if that happens? What if so-and-so doesn't respect me? I'll give you some credit where credit's due. I think that first impressions are important. I think that establishing a certain energy when you're first starting to be a leader, you have to make sure that they understand where they stand and that you're in charge. And so once again, think about that and wear that mask. I say mask, don that energy, I would say, because it is you. It's still going to be authentic. I think it is going to be a learning process. And so if you feel that maybe you came off, if you've already done this, if you feel, or if it does unfold this way, that maybe you came off a little bit weak or a little bit too friendly, don't worry. Don't worry. It is something that you can correct. Your advice card is a Three of Wands, and this is to learn as you go. Three of Wands is expansion. Take it like a champ. If you notice that maybe they're disrespectful, or I'm not trying to say that that's gonna happen. Honestly, I don't. I think what you'll struggle with the most is the fear of the unknown. Like, what if they think this? What if they're saying this about me behind my back? Or what if they think I'm a bad guy? And stuff like that. But as long as you're happy and fun to be around, but also still really stern. When I say fun to be around, obviously it's hard to have fun at work, but making sure you have a positive energy. Like, people want to talk to you. People feel safe coming to you. Then you'll be fine. Now, the Queen of Wands does, she's still feminine, so she has a warmth to her. People feel safe to approach her. She magnetizes. She doesn't blind anybody with their light. She actually enhances other people's skills. And so I think what you would be really good at is making sure, especially before you give criticism or any kind of stern direction, to praise people. So that's telling, you know, every time I see Kronos, I'm gonna get some praise and they're gonna tell me I'm doing a good job here and here, but they'll also be real with me. And so I think that approach will do you a lot of good. And I think you know this. I think you know this. I just think you needed to hear it. Yeah, the Seven of Swords. You're scared of what people will think or say. You're scared that you're not going to do a good job. You're scared that, you know, you'll bring the energy down somehow, some way, or that you won't communicate clearly. But you have the sun. The sun is, I'm shining. It means I am illuminating the area, and this is your energy. And so, you know, you don't have to play this like stern businessman and yeah, do this. It doesn't have to be that way. And I think a lot of times we think about our examples. So maybe your last teacher, maybe your last supervisor was that way, like very micromanagey, and just know you can do it differently and it'll still work. And I think that's what you're gonna do. I feel that's what you're gonna do. Yeah, maybe you didn't have the best examples, or maybe you did have a good example, but you're like, I don't know if I can do that. That's not me. That's all right. You know, take what you like about how they taught you. And look, people loving you, people supporting you. We did the Two of Wands. It's interesting because I think that maybe you have friends there, like maybe you have people you genuinely care about and you're scared of being too soft on them. But look at you striking a really good balance between being caring but also thinking about work and thinking about getting things done. So it's hard to be a softie when you gotta be a hardy. That sounds a little wrong. You know what I mean? Sometimes you gotta put the boot down. the hammer down. Oh my goodness, I can't even say things right. You'll be just fine. Don't worry. I know it's kind of nerve-wracking, but as I said before, strike that balance, and I think it'll come naturally. I do, over time. Okay, see you later, Kronos. Thank you very much. Good luck with everything you are endeavoring, and remember that you're never alone and you are loved. See you later. Hey Waffy, how you doing? Thank you so much for getting a reading, and thank you for your patience. I really hope that you like it. I mean it when I say that. Yeah, okay, let's see what you wrote. You said, hello, it's a booty licking bitch. I love that. Welcome. Welcome home. You've come to the right place. We love silly names here. I like that. This is my first time getting a reading, so I'm a little confused on what I'm doing. If I could get some assistance, that would be great. Yeah, so you did perfect. You're fine. Usually I do it on stream, but I had some disorganization last time, and you know, I didn't get to as many donators as usual. But you did fine, and we're gonna do your little reading here, and I'll send you the link after that you find it. If I don't see that you looked at it, I usually try to find people's email through their PayPal, and so I'll do that too. And thank you, Waffy. Let's see what we got. We're gonna see what's coming in for the future and what you need to know right now. What you need to know. Okay. What does Waffy need to know? Hope that life is treating you well. And congrats on your first reading. I hope it's a positive experience. I do my best to be as honest as I can. The last stream was quite hectic, but honestly, these makeup readings are really comforting because I can take my time with it. So I hope you like this even more than if it was live. Okay, let's see. All right. No, this is good. Okay, nice. Got the Ten of Cups. We've got the King of Pentacles and the Prince of Swords. 2 things for your challenge, which isn't so bad. And your advice is a Chariot. Let's see what's coming in. Okay, number one, you're coming up as a Ten of Cups. And so this is about you being, you know, it can mean that you're quite popular right now. It's okay if you're not. But sometimes, I don't know why I'm feeling this way, but maybe you're feeling that people are expecting things of you. Maybe you're having this inkling that people are talking about you. I want you to know it's not bad. It's actually not bad. The Ten of Cups, as someone's energy, is someone who is loved, cared about, somebody that people want to take care of and be there for. And so if you're struggling right now, if you're having anything that is hard, a lot of times people get readings because that's the case. Just know you really do have people in your corner, whether you're aware of it or not. sometimes we, sometimes we kind of paint ourselves to be lonely, but your King of Pentacles is your focus. And the King of Pentacles is about wanting to do everything on your own, but it's in the name of, I want to make more money, I want to be independent, I want to be the ruler of my kingdom. And once again, they're really not too great about asking for help. I don't know why I'm feeling this way. Like we should rely on people more, and we should feel less ashamed about wanting to spend time with others. I just feel that way. Your challenge, maybe it's because of the challenge, we do have the Prince of Wands as well as the Judgment card. The Prince of Wands is needing to be more whimsy. We need to be more carefree and allow ourselves to think outside of the box. And Judgment is about connecting to your soul and connecting to your heart more. Your advice card is the Chariot. Oh, I know what this is. So you might be interpreting the concerns of your family as them wanting to control you. And I want you to know that while they do mean well, I get it. It can be quite constricting. They expect you to, I don't know, be a doctor, or they expect you to show up to every event, even though you're trying your best to be more, financially well off. Or let's say that you have a friend and you're not able to spend as much time with that friend anymore, and they keep texting you and you just feel awful because you're working as hard as you can, or you're doing your best with the energy you have available to you. Well, just communicate that. I think you might be a little bit in your head. There is sort of like I'm stumbling over communication right here. But if you speak through the heart, and this is what's incoming by the way, you might say something and someone you love might take it the wrong way, and it goes through the grapevine and there's a miscommunication. This is what I feel is coming in. We need to be more optimistic. We need to stop assuming the worst, because we can kind of create that reality. Let's say you're like, oh man, I'm gonna talk to mom or dad, or I'm gonna talk to my bestie, whomever, and I'm gonna tell them like, I really can't go to this thing that they really wanted me to, or I can't get them that birthday gift because it costs a little bit too much. Whatever the case is, there's a difficult conversation that needs to be had. And because we're kind of assuming, oh my gosh, they're gonna freak out, they're gonna hate me, they're gonna be sad, we come up a little bit harsh and defensive, and we sort of create this reality for us, and they can feel energetically that we feel guilty. If you act as if you're not doing anything wrong, if you show people that obviously you mean well, and while you're sorry, you've got big things and you'll have more time for them later, they'll pick up on that, okay? There's this like thing of like feeling held back by the opinions of others, feeling held back by the expectations of others. And listen, it's okay to just say like, hey, I don't want to do that. Your advice is the Chariot, to march to the beat of your own drum. Go in that direction. Like, let's say you want to be a content creator and they don't support you. It's fine. Who cares? Do it on your own time. It's alright. I don't need your support. You know what's best for you. You know what you're meant for. And I see you opening your heart up more to it. I see you. It doesn't feel good when people don't understand your passion, understand your vision. But we'll be fine. I will say, incoming, I do see you saying something that maybe someone doesn't take the right way. It's not your responsibility. Once again, all Spirit is saying, speak from the heart and assume the best. And it's not going to be so bad, but you have something that's really important to you. And you know deep down that you can achieve it. Maybe it'll take time, maybe it won't be instantaneous, but you're willing to go all in, and you don't need them. You don't need them, okay? Obviously, they'll support you along the way, and this is something I struggled with, right? My family, Christians, okay? I love Christians. I grew up Christians. I grew up in Christianity. And they had a talk with me. Hey, what you do online? Kind of embarrassing to our church. And at first, it wasn't fun. I didn't feel good about it, but I found a way to be myself online. I found a way to do my business and be happy and be joyous and do my thing. And I love what I do. What I do loves me back, and I don't need them to support me. And eventually they came around and they're like, hey, what you're doing is pretty cool, which often happens when you start to be a bit more successful. But you're not trying to prove anything. The only person you're trying to prove is yourself. So remember that. You'll be fine. Okay. Thank you, Waffy. good luck with everything you are endeavoring, and remember that you're never alone and you are loved. See you later. Bye-bye. Hi, Shadefalcon. Hey! How are you? You're so sweet for Donnie. That's really nice of you. I would have just given it to you. I'm sorry I've been so busy and I haven't been able to reply, but I hope you're well. You wrote, hi, my friend. I hope you're well. I wish you the same, as I said. Thank you. How's about a reading on love and financial income coming this year? Of course. Yeah, let's do it. Let's do it. What's going on with love? What do we have? All right, cards. Thank you to my guides and Shadefalcon's guides for reading us in this reading, and thank you to my cards. You guys rock. Okay. Ooh, 4 cups. Alright, this is in love. 4 cups is I'm not getting enough. This represents, so especially in traditional tarot, I'm not fulfilled. My cup isn't full. What I see around me isn't exactly what I want. And in this deck particular, you'll notice that it represents trying to recenter, rebalance your chakras, going into meditation. And I want to throw that a little bit that in too. I do think that you're doing your best to kind of stay centered and stay positive. You know, there's an effort here. It's almost like we're manifesting very, very much so, which obviously you've done that spell for you and stuff. And so there is some energies being in the works there. We have your focus being the 5 of Swords, and this represents assuming the worst, negative thoughts, and obviously a lot of memories coming to poke us in the heart. Ouch, oofy, ouchies. In the future, we have the 8 of Pentacles, and the 8 of Pentacles represents things picking up speed and momentum. This actually does mean a month in this deck, as you can tell by the moon cycle. So look forward to something around in a month, but let's see what it is in particular. I don't know, maybe it's an update, maybe it is a text. We'll have the 3 of Wands, the 3 of Swords, and the Sun. 3 of Wands is about expansion in the future. I mean, it's looking off into the distance, and, you know, it feels a little bit like, ouch, you know, the future is feeling, I don't know. It's making me feel a little bit worried and scared. I'm reliving some stuff once again. Notice how our heart spaces hurt a little bit. But the Sun is coming up next, and the Sun represents happiness, joy, and illumination. There's going to be an energy here where something is revealed to you. Yeah, let's see. The Star, okay. Ooh, now the Star, okay, I don't know if I told you this, Shade, but when I was doing maybe I told you, I really should have if I didn't. I feel like you might notice that, I don't want to, because I know this is public, I don't want to say too much. Not that people usually don't watch things that aren't for them, but I'll say this. You might get a hint that they have another account, and it's active. Okay, I feel that way because the Queen of Pentacles is like, I think it's them. We also have I'm sitting cozy. We have the 4 of Pentacles. I'm trying to keep myself safe and secure. The 4 of Pentacles is known as being greedy and selfish, but it also represents not wanting to budge, not wanting to move. But the Star card is here, and this is a glimmer of hope. A glimmer of hope. So in about a month's time, you might, oh, my music. I need to put that on repeat. You might see something that makes you feel, oh my gosh, a hint. Oh my goodness, something's changed. So look forward to that. And, you know, are they gonna budge anytime soon? You know, maybe. This does mean like I don't want to change. With the Queen of Pentacles is I'm relaxing a little bit more, and I'm not thinking too hard about it like I once was. So that's what I see there. Let's see what's going on with our finances. What's going on with monies? What's going on with monies? Which, by the way, Shade, I really love having you in my community nights. I think you bring such a good energy. I really love the topics you talk about as well. I think that you're very well spoken, and I don't know, I like having you around. I hope you know that. I'm not trying to say you have to come every time. You know, I'm not just kind of trying to butter you up so you come back, but I do like it. Okay. Ooh, the Eight of Swords. So here's what's coming in with money. Right now, well, I would say it's more so in the past. We have the Eight of Swords, feeling trapped, feeling like there's no way out, but knowing that there's freedom somewhere. Because other people, like you're seeing other people do it, there must be some sort of option. How are they doing it? What's the secret? Well, we've got the Two of Wands here, and this is a splitting of energy. It also represents choosing something that lights you up, choosing something that just feels right in the moment. Sort of like an opportunity is presented, and you could say yes, you could say no, but it's a little bit like, ooh, I'm not sure what would do. It's a spur of the moment sort of thing that we're gonna take action on. And once we do, we notice that things are feeling a lot more comforting. It's not necessarily that we're making more money, but we're okay with where we are. It's less stressful. It's less haunting us in our daily life, if that's something that a lot of people do. If that's something you're experiencing. And so you start to feel a bit more calm and like, yeah, I can figure this out, and I feel there's other roads ahead. I just feel it. I just know it. It's a very intuitive card. Well, I will say that sort of faith, that sort of intuition might be shaken up a little bit. The Ten of Swords is here. Be careful. The Ten of Swords is getting told no. And if you're like me, anytime I get told no about something, I'm just like, what's wrong with me? What's wrong? What did I do? But genuinely, rejection is protection. And you know that. I think it's just something that we have to kind of just deal with, take in stride. Try not to take personally. It's just hard to do, especially if you're thinking about making money as a VTuber, or if you're trying to run your own business and, you know, something that you had hoped for, maybe got told no. Whatever the case is, I think most people, especially VTubers, I did when I was first starting, or for a long time, I had 2 part-times. You know, it's not always just making money on some sort of side hustle. If you're looking for a job, it might be it might just kind of make you feel a bit overstimulated and like, man, is there really any option? And I would say go back to this energy of trusting the unknown. A lot of times when we want something too hard, it makes it difficult for that energy to make itself revealed to us. But I've got good news coming in after this, oh, I'm worried, oh, I'm scared. This can also denote as well that something happens and we have to spend money, but it's not as bad as it seems. Like a tire pops, or or let's say that something breaks, something like that. Because the Five of Wands is, you know, it's chaos, things that you can't control. It's not your fault either. But the Queen of Swords is here, and this is us feeling like, you know what, I'm okay. You know what, it's not so bad. And the Empress is, as soon as you start to kind of live in this energy, and if I had to pick a card for you, Shade, I would pick the Queen of Swords. I think that she is your energy. Would I say the King of Swords too, because I know it's more masculine? Of course. I think the Swords energy really suits you. That's not to say that you aren't intuitive. I think that you are, in your own way. I know that you're a self-proclaimed skeptic, but I think that your openness makes you a bit more psychic than even you're aware of. So Queen of Swords is like, I'm trusting who I am. I'm trusting what I know. And I'm independent, and I don't need anybody to tell me what I'm capable of. And then all of a sudden, things start kind of flowing in a lot easier, especially opportunities, okay? Especially opportunities. And you know what's interesting too? I did a road opening spell recently for myself, and then all of a sudden I have things booked out 2 months in advance now. Can you believe that? I'm the person who's like, what am I gonna do today? And so, you know, consider asking yourself, and what I learned by doing this spell is that I was in my own way. It was me. I was a block. And so maybe that's something you'll realize as well. Okay, that's what I have, Shade. I hope that you like that. Thank you very much. Good luck with everything you are endeavoring. And remember that you're never alone and you are loved. I'll see you later. Bye-bye. Hey Sona, how you doing? Thanks for getting a little reading from me. I hope that you like it. That's worth the wait, as I mentioned earlier, and I hope you're well. You wrote, hi Ron. I was wondering, is there any people that are suspicious of my ex's claims against me, other than my close friends? Thank you. Yeah, I can kind of see the energy. I'm so sorry your ex is making claims about you. All right, let's see. That's awful. I'm really sorry to hear that. Do some cord cutting, my love. We need some magic. Listen, it's inevitable that people will talk about you, but I get being worried about it. Let's see the energy of how people are perceiving what your ex is saying. The Magician, okay. Also, the Magician can also be known as the Manipulator. You're the Knight of Cups, the Hierophant, and the King of Cups. Okay, I'll say this a lot. That's a lot of carrots in that soup. I'll say this. I think that they're friends. If they're a man, I would say that their dude bros are definitely like, yeah, women are just like this. I don't like to assume people's gender, but it does seem like they are really manipulating and really, really trying to make themselves look like they're a good person and that they are the one who did everything right. You know, the Knight of Cups is a wish fulfillment. I'm painting myself as if I'm altruistic and I'm kind and I'm warm and I did everything I could. The Hierophant tells me as well that they sort of have this energy where they want to take control. And I think people around them can pick up on that. I'll say this, Sona. They're not caring too much. It's sort of going through one ear and out the other. It's like, okay. Well, I see you're healing, so, you know, say what you need to say, but it's really not, people don't care that much. The King of Cups is like, I'm listening because I want to help you. I'm listening because, you know, obviously this hurt you, and I understand, but it doesn't seem to me like it's something that will affect you in your daily life. Yeah. A lot of feelings here. Listen. In the future, we have the Princess of Cups, and this is somebody in their sphere having I would say a conversation with you. Them having a positive experience with you, and that'll start to sort of warp whatever they were saying. I don't know who it is. You know, I'm not going to pretend. I will say it's somebody you've never spoken to before. And the Empress is about, so beautiful, so kind. And the Sun is about illuminating things that were once in the darkness. The Sun is also about happiness, joy, and success. And so you're leaving a really good impression on somebody. And it's hard for people to believe that you would do something maliciously on purpose, you know? I think that everybody involved is just sort of, I don't want to say you're young. I don't know how old you are, but I do think most people are just kind of like, oh, they're going through it. They need to talk about it. And it is what it is. They're not really forming their own assumptions. So that's really good to see. And in the future, like I said before, I get this feeling that you'll just leave a really good impression on somebody. And it's not online, by the way. Yeah, it's not online. It is in person. The Nine of Swords is like, I'm overthinking it. I'm a little bit scared. And it's just you being yourself too. Like, it has nothing to do with you defending yourself. It has nothing to do with you trying to take control of the narrative. What they're doing says more about them than it does about you. And I think that people realize that. I think that unfortunately, your ex sort of has a history of sort of, I don't want to say fabrication, but they definitely exaggerate. They have a history of exaggerating. And I think that it will be water under the bridge soon. When I say soon, I'm talking about like a good, maybe, I'm seeing in my mind the number 8. Oh, that's funny. We have the 8 of Pentacles. In about 8 months' time, I think it won't be as serious as you think. And I also think that your reputation will outshine what your ex is doing. You know, your ex is giving themselves a reputation of, I never do wrong, and people are crazy, and I'm always right. And, you know, a lot of talk, but not a lot of say. Where you're out here living your truth, you know, you're out here being a good person, and not even expecting anything in return or looking for praise, and people can feel that in your energy, in your field. So you'll be fine. I know it's a little scary, and we tend to be like, oh my goodness. But let's see, let's look a little bit more. What is our ex saying? Though I think you already know, and it's so funny with the Seven of Swords lying. Lying, okay. What's our ex saying? Queen of Pentacles, Wheel of Fortune, and the Knight of Pentacles. Okay. Number one, oh, sorry about my kitty crying. She has separation anxiety, actually. She actually does. It's really cute, but she likes to get in my candles and stuff. Anyways, the Queen of Pentacles is here, and the Queen of Pentacles is an energy of I am sitting back and relaxing. And the Wheel of Fortune and the Knight of Pentacles. I don't think that they're speaking as much as they were prior. In fact, I think that they're very focused on something in particular, because the Wheel of Fortune is things are starting to pick up speed. There's something in the forefront of my mind right now, and that's gonna kind of be what's going on. The Knight of Wands is also like, I'm putting my attention on a action. I'm going all in on making sure this gets done, and so they're a bit occupied right now. It could have to do with another person, I'll be honest. The Queen of Pentacles is sometimes like another woman or somebody in their life, but in my opinion, it sort of seems like they are onto their next conquest. And that'll be some time. They'll be doing this, like I mentioned before, for the next 8 months or so. So I know it's not fun. We wanna see what they're up to, but they're not really talking about it as much as they used to. That's not to say that if it gets brought up, they won't say something. They will, but so, especially if there's like someone else new in the mix, it can kind of leave a bad impression on a new person that they're talking to if they're talking about an ex a lot, and so that's what it feels like to me. All right, Sona, thank you for trusting me with your reading. I hope that everything goes well, and I'm really sorry you're going through that. That's really no fun. My goodness, so immature. Good luck with everything you're endeavoring, and remember that you're never alone and you are loved. See you later. Hey Yayamii, how you doing? Thank you for coming to get a reading from me and choosing me as your psychic. As usual, I hope you're doing good. You wrote, may I get a love reading? I've been dreaming about this guy for 3 years now. Ooh, he's an old crush. I thought I was over, but he's showing up a lot more, and now he's randomly started to lurk my stories. Oh, interesting. Is it a sign, girl? Maybe. Or am I Delulu? My prince is someone else. Ah, so a lot of times when old loves, old crushes come back up to haunt us, it's a sign that there is some energy that we haven't released. So we could be attracting similar things. So let's say that you really like this person, and then you learned some things about them, and that's why you decided to let them go. Maybe they weren't ready for commitment, or maybe they had trouble, I don't know, having a job, you know, something. You realize something very human about them that you were like, man, maybe that's a mess I don't want to get into. Well, when they start to come back up again, it's a sign energetically that we're starting to attract those energies back into our life. So someone similar, someone on a similar wavelength, similar vibration. And so it's all about a lot of attraction, at least in my personal spiritual belief, but we can pull on it. Don't worry. Don't worry. You might notice that you meet someone that is experiencing the same sort of themes that they had when you first started talking to them. So just watch out for that. But it's not anything to be afraid of, right? Okay. What do we got? Ooh, the Eight of Cups, look. So we have the Eight of Cups. Remember, letting go, moving on. The Five of Swords, I'm assuming the worst. I am thinking about the past and it's not quite fun. But we have the future being the Nine of Pentacles and Seven of Wands. Good news, it's coming up so that you can release it. Hell yeah. You know, if they are the one and you still like them, you still fancy them, that's really cool. What I see in your future though is the Knight of Pentacles, and this is you feeling more confident, more abundant, and realizing what you really do want, which is somebody that I think would want to pursue you and would want you and would happily, you know, speak to you and not just lurk on your stories. The Seven of Wands is here though, and the Seven of Wands means having a healthy boundary. And so once again, this is saying, you know, what led me in this energy? What led me to this person? What was I attracted to about this person? Parts of it are unhealthy. What parts about this attraction were not in my highest good? And this is what I see you sort of working through, whether it's consciously or subconsciously. Your challenge, look, oh my gosh, what'd I say? Your challenge is the World card, is the completion of a goal, learning of a lesson, exiting that old energy, clearing all of those old ties. If you like doing magic, I really recommend. I've been doing it. What's this called? Well, there's a couple ways to do it. You know, you can do a cord cutting. By the way, cord cutting doesn't mean that they're gone forever. You can make new cords, but a cord cutting really helps get them out of your mind, get them out of your physical space, so you can let a better love in. But another thing to do, and this is what I've been doing to heal my relationships and to have more peace in my life, is I do a meditation where I imagine that there is a healing cup right in front of me. And I'm talking, I vividly imagine this. Like, I try to taste the water. I try to feel the grooves of the cup, all of this. And we drink from the same cup, and we understand each other, and we realize why we're meant to be in each other's lives and what we were supposed to learn from each other. And that clarity makes things so much easier. So instead of a clearing, instead of a letting go, it becomes more of a healing. It turns it into wisdom rather than just clouded up space. So that's what I like to do. That might be something you enjoy. Your advice card is a strength card, and this is to choose you. I don't think that they're the one. Sorry. I'm not trying to say you're delusional, but this is my personal opinion. I think you could do better. Like I mentioned before. Look, oh my gosh. How many more signs do you need? The death card, letting go. Letting go. You're going through a transition right now, and you're gonna have these old things pop up, but they're meant for you to trust your intuition, trust that everything is connected, and trust that you will. It's a sign that we're starting to attract a new person, okay? A new energy, but we have to be intentional about it. We have to make room and make space, whether you do it through healing or you do it through cord cutting. Whatever feels right for you, you know? I've done both, and I like them. I think they have their uses. I like to do the cups for people that I have any sort of like resentment or fear, or anything like that with. But the cord cutting is also pretty good, especially if they're toxic. But obviously you like them, so maybe they're not toxic. So I would try the cup method. I would. Five of Swords, Queen of Pentacles, and the Wheel of Fortune. Yeah, Five of Swords in the past, you know, attracting things that aren't good for you. The Queen of Pentacles is about you putting your health, healing, and well-being first, and the Wheel of Fortune is us picking up speed energetically when it comes to love. And so, hey, I think that someone better is coming in. The Wheel of Fortune usually denotes that it takes a better time. Sorry, usually around a year, but it's worth the wait. Your challenge, Queen of Pentacles, and your advice is the Two of Swords. Remember, what are you intending? What kind of person do you want? I personally always like to tell people, try to attract somebody that doesn't play games with you, who's straightforward with you, and that you just know energetically there's an alignment there. And it'll be a lot easier to discern if they're the one or not. You know, not somebody who makes you wait 3 years. Which sometimes, you know, things can reignite. It happens. You know, I don't want to knock it till I try it, but yeah, that's what I see, Yayamii. Thank you very much. Good luck with everything you're endeavoring, and remember that you're never alone and you are loved. See you later. Bye-bye. Boxman, hello. How are you? You said, so I'd like a romance reading. Ooh, yay. So I'm in a long distance relationship, and I'm about to travel to see her. Ooh, a very, very long way for a month, and I'm nervous. Aw, don't be nervous. Oh my goodness, it's so exciting. Let's see what you have. Let's see what's going on. A whole month. I hope you have a great time. I'm excited for you. That's really cute. I hope that you guys, you know, I don't know if you've met them in person before, but I really do hope that you guys connect more. You learn about each other, see if you guys are really it for each other, and that you guys just grow to love each other more. Let's see what we got. What do we got? Alright. I'm sorry, that's so funny. Well, we got the Chariot card. This quite literally means travel. And that's in the past. The Moon card, Mystery, Illusion. Yeah, you're feeling, okay, you're feeling a bit like there's something that they haven't told you. Like there's something that they've been hiding. Maybe you're worried that they aren't being completely honest with you. Because the Moon is mystery, illusion, the unknown. I'm scared there's a farce, or there's wool over my eyes, or I have rose-tinted glasses on and I'm too trusting. All this stuff. It's okay. Let's see what we got. The Queen of Cups. As soon as you meet them, you're going to feel so much more calmer. And you're probably already experiencing this. The Queen of Cups says, yeah, I like you. I see why I fell for you. You have such a sweet voice. You have a sweet energy. It's easy to open up to you. The Queen of Cups is also an energy of like motherly love, and so they feel safe. They feel safe to be around. So that's really good. Probably the reason why we feel like there's this elusiveness is they might just naturally not speak much. You know, a lot of times the Queen of Cups talks, listens more than they convey. So they're there to receive. They're there to be there for you. They are just someone who's supportive, right? And so that can sometimes make people assume that, oh, you're not sharing things with me, you're not opening up as much as I'd like you to. And that's okay. I think that's something that will evolve. And when you see them in person more often, just know you'll be able to read them a lot better. Look at that, the Seven of Pentacles. This represents taking your time and being patient. The Magician here, this actually means being very intentional with your energy. So what I will say, Boxman, is I think that you're going to do your best to learn to understand them. Maybe it's their language, maybe it's their culture, maybe it is the way they grew up, maybe it's their body language or the way that they smile, you know, stuff like this, or just everyday stuff is going to help you understand them so much better and make you feel more comfortable. And I say this because the Nine of Pentacles is here, and the Nine of Pentacles is I'm feeling much more confident in who I am and what I'm up to. I'm not too worried about this. I will say you might be scared of losing out financially. And, you know, take your time with it. Plan things. You don't have to do things absolutely every day. This is a mistake I made when I was long distance. They would come see me for 2 weeks, and we would, like, go out to eat every fucking day, and all of a sudden I'm in the red. Like, that happened in my youth, and so try to pace yourself. You don't have to take them out to dinner and make sure they're wined and dined all the time. Do special things that you can, and I think you'll be fine. And you know, there might even be this sense of I'm worried that this person only wants me because of this, because of the money part, or if that is in the back of your mind. I know a lot of men worry about that. I don't think that's the case. Obviously, money is important when it comes to long-term future stuff. You know, we don't want to starve, and if we want to have kids, we want to make sure our kids eat, you know, stuff like that. And I think that's understandable, but there's a fine difference between wanting to be spoiled and wanting to make sure that your kids have food, and I think that you're able to discern that. Okay. Look, the Three of Pentacles are working together much better. The Knight of Pentacles, things are feeling slow and steady. I will mention, things might not pick up as much as you would like. Like, let's say that you really want to take things to the next level. Like you want to get engaged, or you want to move there, you want them to move to you, something like that. There are some delays there, okay? And you need to be understanding. Maybe they're in school. You know, I don't know what they have going on in their life, or maybe their family is very much against them leaving, or maybe your family doesn't want you to leave. Whatever the case is, I think that there are talks about the long-term future, and that makes it a little bit scary, right? It's like, well, what are we doing? What's our goal? What do you want? What's the plan? And so that is something that you'll run into, all right? It might not be fun, okay? It's not gonna be fun, but I think we can find a happy medium. Something that a teacher of mine told me, my Japanese teacher, they were they got married and were in love with a Japanese woman, and they're American. And they moved to America, and he had a conversation with her dad. And her dad was like, I don't want her to leave. I'm really upset with the situation. What can we do? Because I want her to stay here, and I want to make sure she's safe. And what he did, my teacher, he said, you know what, sir, I understand. She's your daughter. You love her. I promise, and I'll make sure that once a year you'll get to see her. Once a year. Every year. It doesn't matter if there are kids. It doesn't matter if there is money. I'll make sure that it happens. And he lived up to it, and they've been together for 20 years. And so I think that's something that you could maybe have a conversation with. Maybe that inspires you. Because I think that might come into question and might be a little bit hard to navigate. So, all right. That's what I have, Boxman Uno. I hope that you like that. Good luck with everything you're endeavoring. And remember that you're never alone and you are loved. See you later. Bye-bye. Hey, Ryan. How are you? You said, hello again, Ron. Hi. You gave me a reading on 2-5 and gave me the strength to leave my current fire department for a better... Good. I'm really happy to hear that. I have my interview in the end of May. I'd love a reading in relation to this interview and/or this possible new job. I'm super optimistic. Dude, I love this. I'm really happy. Yeah. Oh my gosh. Yeah, let's see. I'm really excited for you too. Oh my goodness. Sorry, I'm being genuine. I know I'm kind of repeating myself, but that makes me happy. A lot of times people come for readings because they're sad or they're hurt and they need answers and stuff like that. And so when I get good news, I'm like, hell yeah. Let's see what we got. Thank you so much to my guides and Ryan's guides for aiding us in this reading. Let's see what we got. Thank you to my dad. Oh, okay. Oh, all right. Not bad. Good news. Oh, yeah. Okay, nice. Good news. You're so ready to leave this shit behind you. I was a little bit worried at first, but I'm not anymore. Because we have these cards. These are the future cards. This is what we want to see. So we got the Ten of Wands, and this is so much responsibility, so much on my back, so much I need to do. I'm stressed out. And then we have the Seven of Swords, feeling like we're left in the dark, feeling like there isn't a lot of communication, feeling like they're not being transparent. But we have you on top of all of this, the Eight of Wands, and this is going in a new direction. You're focusing on the future. You're putting a lot of energy and a lot of your excitement into that future. And so it really is, and where you focus is where your energy goes. And so it's law number 1 of manifestation. And I think you're doing a great job. We have your challenge being the World card. Never going to challenge us, we can overcome it. This is the big sort of baddie in our current theme. They're usually not that bad, but the World card is a pretty good one. And the World means that we're completing an old cycle. We're saying goodbye to an old timeline, an old way of being. And so this means that we're having really big shifts in our career coming in, and I like it. The Six of Cups tells me that this means nostalgia. This represents, it can also mean childlike wonder and stuff like this, but the Six of Cups is making me feel personally that you do have, there are some things that maybe it's people, maybe it's like the connections you've made outside of work in regards to like that specific area, whatever it is. I do think that there are some people that you're gonna do your best to make sure that you keep into contact with. It's like, man, I didn't like the job, but that guy was really cool, and so don't worry. I also think that there's someone in particular that you have a really good repertoire with, really good, they trust you. I think that they're gonna come back into your life later, but much later. I just want to say that. That was out there in the ether. Now, the Judgment card is here, and Judgment is, I'm getting answers. I'm getting a call. This can mean a phone call as well. And so, yeah, dude, I think you're right on the money. I think your intuition is doing its job, making you excited, because it is exciting. And we have the Two of Cups at the bottom, and this is an agreement. This is two people coming together going, yeah, let's clink our chalices and I'll drink to that. Welcome to the, welcome to the forest and stuff like that. Okay, Goes with the Magician, manifestation, what I say. We have the Wheel of Fortune, things unfolding in our favor, good luck. And we have the Two of Wands, going in a new direction. The Knight of Cups, I got what I wanted. The Knight of Swords and the Prince of Swords. I will say you might be really nervous. It's funny because I think you're gonna do really, really good on the interview. I also think that you're gonna be perfect for the job. But there are some things that maybe you don't have experience in, or maybe you weren't expecting, and you're gonna be like, man, I really need to learn. There's some new things that we need to learn. That's okay. You're gonna learn them pretty quickly because you're in the energy of the student. I want to understand, I want to know, and I'm listening and I'm present. What they're looking for, Ryan, isn't somebody perfect. They're looking for somebody that they can shape, that they can mold. And I think that if you use language that says like, I'm ready to learn, I'm always listening, I want to make sure that I can fit you where you need me, stuff like that. Oh my gosh, you're gonna win so many brownie points because I think that they have a certain culture there. I think that they have a certain way of doing things that maybe, I don't want to say isn't standard. Obviously, legally, they have to meet certain standards. But yeah, there might be like some things in Dude, Ryan, I don't know this, but do you guys get hazed? Why do I feel like there's like some slight hazing? But it's not bad. It's all in good fun. Yeah, I think it's all in good fun. If they're a little bit like, hey newbie, it's okay. Don't worry. I think it really is all in good fun. And yeah, it's funny you say, Ryan. I do think you have opportunities coming in. I think you are gonna get a job soon. I do think that you have some learning to do, and that's okay. You might be scared that you aren't learning as quickly as you'd like to, but all in all, I think you're gonna do your best and they're gonna see that effort. You're gonna have a good time. You know, the Three of Wands is, wow, this is expanding me. To be fair with you, you may actually not be there too long. And when I say too long, obviously it's standard to stay somewhere for at least a year. Anything under that, it looks a little weird on your resume. You might find yourself being tempted to go in a new direction somewhere in about a year. I wouldn't do it. Unless it feels right to you. You know, the devil's in the details, as they say, okay? Be careful. I think you might have an opportunity to do something and it's a little bit too good to be true. Use your discernment. Okay. Alright, I'm gonna leave it there. Thank you much. Thank you much. Thank you very much. Thank you, Ryan. See you later. Good luck with everything you are endeavoring. And remember that you're never alone and you are loved. See ya. Bye-bye. Hey, Lovelysonico. I was actually doing my makeup readings, so I thought I'd just add you to the mix. Now, I will say I'm not doing any more private readings, so make sure that if you do donate, that it's when I'm live in the future. But I'm here, so I might as well do it. And thank you very much for trusting me. I hope you enjoy it. You wrote, "Hi, Ron. I was wondering if I could get a reading on a guy I've been thinking about. I want to know if something will happen. Maybe romantic. I'm crushing hard. He's on my mind a lot, and I wonder if my intuition is guiding me. Love your readings, by the way." Oh, thank you. Hell yeah. Let's look into it. That's exciting. Good for you. Let's put on the red. Here, let's go. I love readings. They're so cute. Let's see what we have. Let's see what the spirit want you to know about this connection. Let's see what we got. And I'm feeling called to pull from another deck as well, which is interesting. Very interesting. They're like super nudging me, like, use that one, use that one. Ooh, Prince of Wands, the Hermit, and the King of Swords. Okay. Let's see. Well, the Prince of Wands tells me that you'll really enjoy yourself. And the Hermit represents looking into your soul and finding deeper meanings to things, deeper questions. I think this person has you wondering, you know, has you thinking a lot about them, has you wanting to understand them as well as yourself. They're probably challenging the way that you present yourself as well. I would say the best thing you can do for this connection, because we have the King of Swords, is, I don't know why, but they're telling me to say, like, it's really fun to do games. It's really fun to like enjoy pop culture and stuff. But there's something about speaking very philosophically that they'll really enjoy. I don't know if that's something you've done with them, but the King of Swords is like, I want to talk about thoughts. You know, I want to talk about philosophy. You know what I mean? Stuff like that. And, you know, showing them that there's more to you than just cutesy fun. Show them as well that you're intelligent. And I think that that will mean a lot to them. I don't know why. Or maybe they're the one that wants to feel intelligent. Just ask them questions. Ask them about, like, you know, what do you think of... why do you think Rome fell? Men love talking about Rome. Sorry, I know that's so silly. Okay. Ooh, a double mission. We also have Birthing a New Age and Priestess. Ow! Really beautiful cards. So these are soul cards. They're a bit more about what our soul is trying to tell us. Less earthly than tarot. Tarot is very earthly, like our persona, our avatar, what they're up to and how they're feeling, what they're doing. This is more so what's going on in our heart space and in our spirit. So the Priestess, how are you being called to step up and lead? We also have Birthing New Creations, dreaming a new world into being. And we have Lightworker Starseed, serve the world by being you. Number one, I'll say this. I think that you are much smarter than what they perceive in this moment, and I think that's why Spirit was saying, you know, hey, show them how smart you are, show them what you know, show them that you care, show them that you're good at listening, share your inner depths with this person, but obviously in a positive way, because we have the Prince of Wands, and this is fun, you know, have fun with it. You know, are they the one? Are you guys gonna end up together? Well, the birthing of a new age is here, and so this is you channeling a new energy. This is you feeling like you've entered and ushered in a new timeline. And you might be sort of, because double mission, what I'm seeing is like you have one foot in this world and one foot in the other. I think it'll be up to you. You know, I know that you really like this person, but there might be something that they say that sort of raises a red flag. Very common. None of us is perfect. None of us is perfect, right? Like, some of us are gonna have lots and lots of green flags and a couple of red ones. My red one is I, unfortunately, am really bad at communicating how I feel. You would think I would be good at it, but it's like I don't know how I feel until later. You know, I have to like digest it and let it sink in, and then I'm like crying. I'm like, you made me feel like this a week ago. So everybody has a mixed bag is what I'm trying to say, and you know, try to get to know them. Remember that you're just as valuable as you are, and you're the prize. At the end of the day, you're the cute girl after all. Okay. Ooh, 9 of Cups. Well, we've got good signs coming in. It is leaning in the direction of both of you nurturing the relationship, getting to know each other more. I'll admit, too, you know, the Lovers does mean commitment, and the 10 of Pentacles does mean long-term. This is what I'm pulling. The future isn't set in stone, but these are very, very positive cards, and I would say, yeah, it looks like things are gonna pick up speed soon, and I think it is because you're listening to them. I think they really love to talk about these kind of very thoughtful stuff. I know that's so particular, but I don't know why that's important. I don't know. I'm sorry. I know they brought it up. They brought it up like 3 times now, but you know, I'll leave it there. Oh, thank you very much. Good luck with everything you're endeavoring, and remember that you're never alone and you are loved. See you later. Bye bye. Thank you again.